I'm excited to do this because, for one, it's been a long time. You said it before the show, or maybe during the show. It's been a long time since you've picked an NFL slate. Same. It's been forever since I've just gone through and picked an NFL slate. And number two, this just gives me a reminder of where I'm going, like what Sunday is going to look like, because that's my problem is like Sunday morning rolls around and I feel like I wait until like 12:50 and I'm like, oh, I got to make the bets. And I'm like running through picking. This gives me, I could go back. I could spend my morning agonizing in pain as I re-listen to myself speak and remind myself why we're making the moves we're going to make to hopefully not lose this weekend. We'll probably lose, but we're going to try. We're going to try. With that said, we're going through the entire NFL slate. From there, we'll answer everybody's questions. I know we got some good ones. Very excited about this challenge, I believe. And I'll toss it to you, Nick. NFL slate, week 8. We're picking the bets against the spread. What do we got?
Yeah, let's start in the AFC North. Baltimore Ravens visiting the Cleveland Browns. The Ravens, winning 5 straight games, are 8-point favorites against the Cleveland Browns.
Are you thinking we'll go in same order the whole time here?
No, we'll bounce back and forth. I'll let you lead off though, because you are the host.
All right. Jameis Winston, my friend, I love him. He brings me many smiles. He's not going to beat the Ravens he's not going to lose to the Ravens by less than 8. I'm going Baltimore. I'm shocked it's 8. Should be like 14, maybe 13.5. There's a chance the Cleveland Browns are the worst team in the NFL, and they're a good team. They're a good team, but you're 1-5. You're cashing in. It's over. They are 1-6 or whatever they are. It's over. They don't have anything left to give. These guys are ready for the offseason, and guys like Myles Garrett and Sedarius Smith should be hoping for trades. Denzel Ward should be hoping for trades before November 5th. I'm going Baltimore Ravens, and I'm taking the 8.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 8 too. I hate these large spreads, and we see a lot of them this week. Even in AFC North football, especially, 8 points is a lot of points, but I don't know. Jameis, he can either go out and light the world on fire, or he can go out and light his team on fire, and it's either or. And with the Baltimore Ravens coming in on a 5-game winning streak and Derrick Henry basically running away with the rushing title in week 8, I think I got to ride the Baltimore Ravens. So we're both on the same side there with Baltimore -8. Let's go to Detroit as they host the Tennessee Titans. The Detroit Lions, another large spread here, 11.5-point favorites over, I believe, Mason Rudolph in his second start in a row, and the Tennessee Titans.
So the Tennessee Titans will not name a starting quarterback. I was just speaking to somebody about this. They're keeping it hush, although Will Levis hasn't practiced all week, but we will not. It sounds like Mike Tomlin. Brian Callahan learned a little something playing in the AFC North, and we don't give away quarterbacks, even though everybody else knows your quarterback playing. Here's a fun fact for you. The Lions have never beaten the Titans in the history of their team. They've never beaten the Titans. Yeah. That being said, they will this week, and the spread is 11.5. I'm going to take that 11.5. L'Jarius Sneed is out. Chidozie Awuzie. I never say his name correctly. Yeah. Shout out. I've met him once too. He's a good guy.
Cheeto's a nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheeto. Thank you. He is also out. Calvin Ridley is good, but hasn't practiced all week. Mason Rudolph is the quarterback, and even last week didn't look great as the quarterback. 11.5 is easy. The Lions might be if we're going to be real, they might be the best team in football. They just don't have the best record. I'm going Lions on this, and I'm feeling kind of good about the 11.5.
Yeah, the whole reason that we're talking about the LA Rams thinking that they might still have a chance is because I feel like the NFC is wide open, but there is one favorite, and that favorite is the Detroit Lions. So I'm going to stick with the Lions at 11.5. And then, sorry, I meant to go first for that one, so I'll go first for the next two. But we're both on the Detroit Lions -11.5. It makes me worried because that's a lot of points, and this is the NFL, but the Titans have just been the Titans have been rough this year. So let's go with the 11.5. Let's go to Jacksonville, where the Green Bay Packers will be visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Packers are road favorites by a total of 4. The Jags got a win last week. I was a little surprised that they got a win last week, even though it was against the Patriots, but I'm not going against the Packers with a number like 4. I like Trevor Lawrence, but it's just not their year this year, and it's not even close to their year. Packers have been steamrolling teams. I'm going to go with the Packers -4.
Yeah, I'm going Packers too. Look, at the easiest win in football is we spent a week in London and you just showed up 2 days ago. And then you add a rookie quarterback in there. It's on a bad team. It was the easiest win you could have. It doesn't count. That win does not count at all. It does not prove anything to you or anybody else in the NFL. The Jaguars are still a very bad football team with no structure, and Tank Bigsby, awesome. Name me one person that should have stopped him on the Patriots defense. You can't. Yeah. So we're going with the Packers here. The Packers are another good team and they're only getting better. 4 is an easy one. I would bump that to 7 if I had to, but I would go Packers on that easy.
Yeah, the Patriots head coach literally called his team soft after their performance. Soft. So I'm not taking too much in stock into what I saw from the Jags last week. Let's go over to another AFC South venue. It is the Houston Texans, 5-point favorites against the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, the same Colts team that beat the Steelers are looking a little bit less solid with Anthony Richardson behind center since he's come back. I'm going to ride with the Houston Texans. Again, another team that sneakily is probably one of the top 3, top 4 in the league right now. They're playing good football. CJ Stroud was not happy with his performance last week in Green Bay, and I think he's going to come back with a vengeance. 5-point favorites. I'll take the points and the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I mean, easy. If Anthony Richardson's playing, Anthony Richardson is not ready to play. That's the thing. He is not ready to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. And that's nothing against Anthony Richardson. We all knew that coming in here. When he got drafted at 4, we knew he was not ready for the NFL, but they didn't have any other options. So they have to rock with him. They can't bench him, because you bench him, you make all sorts of noise for the wrong reasons. You take your L's, you'll lose this season. You try to figure it out next year. You hope that Anthony Richardson gets better before the end of his rookie contract. I'm going Texans with an easy one here. I think that you said 5. I'm taking 5.
Let's move over to the AFC East, a matchup that, man, what has happened to the New England Patriots of late? They are 7-point underdogs at home to Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets.
What?
You get the lead off on this one.
I don't know how to feel about this one. Aaron Rodgers, 7's a lot. Aaron Rodgers is bad. Here's the thing. This is a classic. Aaron Rodgers looks good. The Jets dominate against the Patriots because the Patriots stink. Everybody hates their coach. It's done. Like, the Patriots are over. Season's washed. You better just hope Drake May, you don't ruin him in the process of this. You're going to win by 7. They're going to win by 7. They're going to blow them out. They're going to blow out the Patriots. And Aaron Rodgers is going to show up on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday. He's going to brag like he's the greatest thing in the world. And then next week they're going to lose. So you get one hiccup, you get one up on the roller coaster with Aaron Rodgers. I'll take him with the 7. The Patriots are just bad.
There was one game this season in which the New York Jets played, and then everybody fell back in love with Aaron Rodgers. That was the Jets steamrolling the Patriots earlier this season. I think it's probably going to happen again. But again, don't buy into it after one win. So I'll take the Jets -7 as well. And these are the ones that when I was writing down my picks, I was like, okay, I feel confident in these ones. The back half is where I think we're going to start to differ. But let's go to this next one here. Again, I told you there were some stinky lines going into this weekend, and this is certainly one of them. Philadelphia Eagles, 3-point underdogs to the Cincinnati Bengals on the road. Who do you got? Bengals and Eagles. I think I'm riding with the Eagles +3.
What?
Yeah.
Why are they underdogs? They're on the road?
They're on the road. They're in the jungle.
In Cincinnati. Cincinnati's coming off a win, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, they beat the Browns last week.
But the Eagles are coming off a win. The Eagles are coming off a good win, like a blowout win, are they not? I'm pretty positive they are. Isn't the Nick Sirianni talking to Saquon on the sideline thing going viral?
Mm-hmm.
This is the easiest 3 you could take right now. At worst, the Eagles lose by 2, but they win this game. They win. The Bengals are not a good football team. They're just not. And they have Joe Burrow, but the defense is beat up and not reliable. And the offensive line is still the offensive line. And I think they lost Orlando. Nope. I'm going Eagles. That's an easy one. Eagles 3.
Orlando Brown is on the injury report. So too is T. Higgins, who did play last week despite being on the injury report. But if he's still dealing with something, you're not playing the Browns this week. You're playing the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that, again, weak NFC, but one of the better teams in a weak NFC. So
they're only going to get
3 is kind of crazy.
Crazy. Could not believe that they are. I mean, I could see a 1. I could see a +1 just to pick them.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm going Eagles.
Alrighty, let's go over to the NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I've told you in the past, Tampa Bay is a team that I can never correctly predict, so it might be wise to just fade whatever I have. The Bucs are 2.5-point home dogs to the Atlanta Falcons.
I like that a little bit. There's a part of me that wants to take the Falcons on this just because you're without Chris Godwin and you're without Mike Evans. It's like Josh Palmer coming out here trying to play well for you. And I mean, I think Bucky Irving's also hurt. That's not good. I think I'm still going to go Baker and the Bucs simply because this is like a revenge game almost. This is like we make good for our injured guys game. This is a Baker game. This is a classic Baker game. And I'm going to put it all on Baker. I'm going to go Baker with they're 3-point dogs. So I'm going to take the Bucs and the points there with the 3.
Alrighty, I'm going to go the opposite end with this one. So this is our first one that's different. Obviously, Falcons, Bucs, great Thursday night game a couple weeks ago. Those injuries to me are just a little bit too much to overcome. And I think that Kirk Cousins and the boys are going to be very upset the fact that they lost a game to the Seattle Seahawks, who had to come the whole way across the country and were able to beat them by multiple scores on their home turf. I think they go out there and they get the win. I'll take the 2.5. I think it's going to be a close one, but I'll take 2.5 with Atlanta.
I like it. There's this chill in the air. The leaves are hitting the ground, and football is every single weekend. And that, my friends, is what fall is all about. You can make each weekend even more exciting by getting into the action with our partners, DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. And right now, all new customers who bet $5 instantly get $200 in bonus bets. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up using my promo code ALLSTEELERS, and guess what? The crown is yours. That's $200 in bonus bets instantly. You could stay in on the action and use that $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings, because DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You could still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers who use my promo code ALLSTEELERS and bet just $5 on any wager get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ALLSTEELERS only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Alrighty, let's go to the next one here, where we have the Arizona Cardinals, 4.5-point underdogs to the returning Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins down in Miami. So Tua, in his return, getting a 4.5-point spread.
Oh my gosh, this one's tough. This is the toughest one I think that we've picked so far, simply because I have no faith in Tua right now. None. Yeah. I get his return. I understand it all. I just I got no faith Tua is going to stay healthy. I have no faith Tua is going to be good right now. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But they're probably going to win, right? Like Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals were good for like a week, and then they fell off, and then it was the end of Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. So you have to go with the Dolphins. 4 is tough. I'll take them with the points. I don't feel good about it. This is the game I feel the least confident in. But I'm gonna go with the Dolphins and the 4.
Alrighty, this is a hard one because if Tua comes out and he is prime Tua, they should easily cover the 4.5. But Kyler Murray has been very tough, and so have those Arizona Cardinals. The only game that they've really been outclassed in was at Green Bay in the cold.
Yep.
I know that sometimes that shouldn't play a factor, and it plays more of a factor, or we believe it plays more of a factor than it actually does, but I think 4.5 for a Tua Tagovailoa that I'm not really sure what we're going to get out of. I'll take Arizona at 4.5. I still think that Miami could win this game, but 4.5 just seems like a lot of points. I think this is going to be a field goal game either way. So I'm going to take Arizona plus 4.5 on this one.
I like it.
Let's go to, speaking of cross-country trips, Buffalo Bills, 3-point favorites in Seattle taking on the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I mean, 12th man, I get it. Seattle's coming off a big win. Seattle to me is like a who'd you play team. You know, they look good when they should look good. They look bad when they should look bad. They're just not an impressive team. DK Metcalf is doubtful. I'm going Buffalo. Buffalo's red hot right now and getting better. And I just expect them to. I expect Buffalo to become Buffalo more and more as the weeks come on. What did you say they are? 3.5-point favorites?
Buffalo is 3-point favorites on the road.
3-point favorites. I'll take the 3. I think it might just be 3. Like I might lose it because of the 3, but I'm going to go Buffalo 3-point favorites here.
All right. I'm on the other side of this one as well, taking the Seattle Seahawks on home field. I understand DK Metcalf got a little banged up last week, but it's a hard thing to do going cross country to play another team. So I think I'm going to ride with Seattle. They're coming off of a little bit of momentum, getting that win in Atlanta. I think they'll be able to at least keep this one close on home field. Next game is the LA Chargers. And this one, again, I know the Saints looked real bad last week, but the Chargers, who lost, I believe it was on the road, but they lost by 2 to the Cardinals last week on Monday night, getting 7 points against the New Orleans Saints.
Whoa.
I have the Chargers getting 7, but I am not confident in that one.
I think I agree with you, though. I think I agree with the Saints look terrible. Remember for 4 quarters of football, 2 weeks, 8 quarters of football, 2 weeks of football, the Saints were the greatest thing ever. We were sitting here talking, like people were asking us, did the Steelers mess up by not hiring Kubiak? Did they, or not Kubiak? Kubiak, right?
Yeah, Clint
Kubiak. Thank you. Yeah, they've just completely disappeared. And it was before Derek Carr got hurt. This is not a Derek Carr thing. This is we got nobody. And I'm sorry, but Marquez Valdez-Scantling is not going to make that team any better. So, I mean, 7's a big number here. A big number. To be honest, I forget who they're even playing. I just know I'm taking the 7 because they're going to lose by more than 7.
Yeah, it's the Chargers.
Chargers. So I'm Chargers by 7, at least. Jim Harbaugh is going to run all over this team. They got no defense. They got a worse offense. I'm going Chargers by 30, probably.
This is one that if we weren't picking the whole slate, I would just leave it alone and walk away from it. I would be like, there's no chance I am touching this game at all. But you know what? We're calling the whole slate. If we're doing it, we're doing it. And I'm taking the Chargers.
If we were going, I would put this in a parlay somewhere and I would just take the money line and I would feel really, really good about it. And it would just be a small boost to the parlay, but I'd feel like it's an easy win and you walk away.
The Chargers are minus 310 on the money line. So that is, when you say small boost, it's a tiny boost.
But when you parlay it with like 4 other teams, it works. It gives you a little something, a little added juice.
A little bit extra. Let's stay in the Chargers division. We got a division rivalry. Kansas City Chiefs, 9.5-point favorites on the road at Allegiant Stadium, taking on the Las Vegas Raiders and the returning Gardner Minshew after Aiden O'Connell went down earlier this week.
What's the spread on this one?
9.5 in favor of the Chiefs.
Oh, I'm going to go Vegas. I'm going to go Vegas and 9.5. The Chiefs are going to win, but they're not going to win by 10. The Chiefs are not a good football team. They're just 6-0. Patrick Mahomes is trash. He's not trash. He's phenomenal. He's the best football player alive, but he's trash. Like you go look at his stat line. The dude's got more. He leads the league. He leads odds right now for the MVP race and has more interceptions than he does touchdowns. How did we get here? How did we get here? That's because it's Patrick Mahomes. He's the best football player in the world. Hands down, 0 questions asked, but he's trash and they will not win this game by 10. I'm going Vegas 9.5.
What do the Chiefs do? They win football games. What don't the Chiefs do? Cover big spreads. So I'm right there with you. I am taking the Raiders plus 9.5. And this is a team that Steelers played a couple weeks ago. They didn't look good. We thought they would get that new quarterback bump. Well, now they get another chance, another new quarterback bump, getting Gardner Minshew back.
I'd go quarterback bump for Gardner all day. He's like, you want to talk, he is the quarterback bump in the NFL. Him and Flacco. Those are the quarterback bumps that you could add to your team.
I would have been mad if you didn't take Gardner because you're rocking the stash. You got to be in solidarity with your fellow stash brother.
True.
And he has more of like
half of a little mullet going on too. So we're getting there.
All righty, let's go over to the next one. This was supposed to be rookie QB versus rookie QB. Doesn't look like Jaden Daniels is going to suit up for the Washington Commanders. Probably going to see Marcus Mariota instead. But Caleb Williams in town, my neck of the woods. Bears are 3-point favorites against the Commanders at FedEx Field.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I wish Jaden was playing. I'm going Bears in this, 3-point favorites. I just don't think the Commanders are really good. The Bears are also good. The Bears are also good. And Caleb Williams is very good. So I'm going Bears 3. If this was Jaden, I would have taken the Commanders, but I also think they would have been favorites. So I'm going Bears 3.
Alrighty, talk about your stinky lines. Here's a Super Bowl rematch.
Wait, you didn't pick your team there.
Oh yeah, Bears. I'm not taking Marcus Mariota. Come on now. I'm not taking Marcus
Mariota. I put up 40 last week. 40.
He put up 40 against the team we're about to talk about, and I have a
he
stat
covered
for
my
team.
22.5 spread. Okay, he covered that. So shout out.
Hey, fair enough there. But speaking of the team that they actually did that to, Carolina Panthers, Denver Broncos. Again, crazy to me that this is a Super Bowl rematch from this millennia. That was Super Bowl 50, obviously. Broncos are 11-point favorites at home, which at first I said, man, double-digit spreads are always hard. I hate picking them. But then I looked at Carolina's win-loss record, and I was like, okay, it makes me feel a little bit more confident. Then I looked at their box scores, and I said, man, only one of those 6 losses were by less than 11 points. Everything else has been 12 or more. So I'll take Denver. I'll take them even with the 11-point spread.
I'll give you a guess here. Okay. What do you think Carolina? I know this number. What do you think Carolina's point differential is this season?
Minus 98.
Minus 133. Oh. Take a guess at what number 2 is. Go ahead, take a guess at what number 2 is.
I don't know what team it is, but it's probably like minus 50.
Minus 79. That's a massive difference. That is a massive difference. The Carolina Panthers they're the worst team in football, and then the next worst team is like up here. That's how bad they are. 11 points. I don't care that Bryce Young's coming back. The Denver Broncos are going to blow this team away. They're getting hot. I'm going the Broncos 11. I would have taken the Broncos higher, if we're going to be honest. There is no number. I don't think I would have. Until you started saying like 35, I'd be like, yeah, okay, chances are they get on the board once, maybe. But there is nobody good on Carolina.
Fair enough. All right, we got the last game of the slate, and then we'll get into everybody's questions. Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football. 49ers, 4-point favorites at home.
I'd go 49ers. I'd go 4-2. Dallas is not good. I don't think Dallas is very good. Jerry Jones is doing everything he can to keep this team relevant. And shout out him. He's doing a good job. He knows how to do this. He knows how to do it very well. But they are a bad football team, and they have a lot of questions. And those questions are not going to get answered no matter how much people want to ask them about Derrick Henry. So shout out to the 49ers. You're getting the 4-point win here.
The 49ers are single-handedly keeping all of the hospitals in the Bay Area open with all their injuries. I mean, you look at who they have out. Deebo Samuel's coming off of pneumonia. George Kittle's on the injury report. Trent Williams is on the injury report. Christian McCaffrey, he might be in Europe still trying to get his calves figured out. Look at all the injuries that they have. I think that San Francisco is still going to keep this close because I think that ultimately they are the better team if they can get those players onto the field. With that uncertainty, though, I'm just not willing to bet on them with a 4-point favorite. I think this is one that, again, I might play the middle. I might play San Francisco to win, but since we're picking spreads, I'll go Dallas Cowboys +4.
I like it. This is a game that Monday, if you're a national reporter, you're talking about either the Cowboys are back, they're here, they're legit, or the Cowboys are done, it's over, they suck, they'll never win again. It's one or the other.